Yo, still big. What's the deal, man? Gotta make this quick run to Walmart over in the Bluffs, man. But while I'm heading over there, I want to come and holler at the homies and shit. And I just want to speak my spill on it, man. I said something about it briefly at one time, man, but we got to get more into it now, man. So peep game, man. Like, I was listening to Steven Espinoza give his spiel on Andrade versus Charlo, and he's saying how that fight is already, you know, it's it's past its date or whatever. Pretty much, we don't give a fuck about this fight from happening no more, man. My thing is this: we've been clamoring for Bud versus Spence longer than we've been. That's probably the longest. That's probably the rivalry that we've been clamoring for. That made up ever since Golovkin and Canelo. I don't think there's been a rivalry that we've been clamoring for to take place since. I think Bud and Spence takes the cake as far as motherfuckers just really wanting to see this fight go down. We've been wanting Andrade versus Charlo. That's kind of been the buzz for, you know, some years now, man. How was that fight like past his date? Like, how was that fight past, you know? I don't understand how a unification match can, even if Andre gets stripped of his title, because I don't think we passed the 30-day mark yet, even though I know we close. I don't think we've passed the 30-day mark yet for him to, you know, for them to figure out contract negotiations with Johnny Beck. But I'm just thinking, like, how is that logical for you to say that we've passed that mark? This is the semantics and the bullshit and the, you know, the smoke and mirrors and the game they run over there on the PBC side of the street. If anybody is ever talking about the game that they run, how they try to pull fast ones and get over on motherfuckers who don't know no better, damn it, I forgot to get my waters. If ever was a time, this is what it is that we're talking about. This is a domestic rivalry, a unification, a potential unification match. Even if Andre gets stripped, that's a fight that we would still love to see. How is it that this fight is kind of past its, you know, past people's interest? This fight is past people's interest, but a fight with Canelo hasn't passed people's interest. People still both want to see. People want to see both Charlo and Andre fight Canelo. People want to see both Charlo and Andre fight Benavidez. So why wouldn't people want to see them fight each other? Just think about how ridiculous that sounds, man. Like, when it's a fight, when it's top fighters, the interest of that fight never wanes. We waited 5 years for Manny and Mayweather. And that's the most successful pay-per-view that's, you know, in pay-per-view history. And they were way, you know, they were out of their primes by that time. They were still fighting at the highest level. They were still the number 1 and 2 in the division. But this way past their prime. And we still, 4 million motherfuckers bought that pay-per-view to watch them fight. So how is it that Charlo and Andre, two dudes who've been really inactive, they've both backed out of fights, proclaiming that they got injuries and yada yada yada. This year, neither of them have touched the ring this year. That, you mean to tell me that fight, nobody has an interest in seeing them two niggas get in there and run that shit? But they want to see them two niggas run it with Benavidez and Canelo Alvarez. It's just asinine, man. And it's just, this is why it's so easy for motherfuckers to really throw salt at the PBC. This is why. It's easy. It's easy for motherfuckers to really, you know, go in there and go hard at the PBC because the shit, you know, the little semantics and the games that they run like this. That makes no sense whatsoever. That makes no sense whatsoever. Why nobody is saying, man, I don't give a fuck about that fight no more between Andrade and Charlo. Nobody is saying that. Nobody is saying that. I have yet to run across anybody who would say, man, I don't give a fuck about that fight happening no more. Neither of them. No, not neither of them, but no one. I've never heard anybody say that about nobody, about them two fighting. I've yet to hear that. But this is the shit that they do over there on that side of the street. They try to get over on you with the dumb shit, and y'all niggas fall for it. I haven't heard anybody necessarily regurgitate that bullshit line, but it, you know, just that's just what they do over there. So if you say it enough and you get enough people to rally behind that shit, and everybody ain't mentally stable enough to go against the grain and say, no, I still want to see that fight. Everybody ain't mentally tough enough to say, man, yo, you on bullshit. You on bullshit. Everybody ain't built like that, which I don't know how, because at the end of the day, these are fights that we pay for. Not me, but just I'm speaking on behalf of a consumer. How is it that this fight is past its day of entrance, but goddamn Charles Martin and Luis Ortiz that's a fight that we want to see? That's on pay-per-view. We wanted to see Andy Ruiz versus Cristobal Arreola. We wanted to see Mario Barrios versus Tank and Keith Thurman. Because I know they're going to go out of their way to build this as a pay-per-view. They're going to put it behind a paywall. That's what they do. So you will have the nerve and audacity to feed us Santa Cruz versus Gervonta Davis. You will have the nerve and audacity to feed us Mario Barrios versus Tank. You will have the nerve to feed us Isaac Cruz versus Tank. You will have the nerve to feed us Robert Helenius versus Deontay Wilder. But Charlo and Andrade is past his day of interest. Bullshit, man. This is why I just get really aggravated with the PBC, bro. That's why I was like, man, fuck them niggas, man. I barely tune into their broadcasts and shit. Like when they throw fights, I'll be like, man, I'm just so cool on y'all, man. I'm just so cool on y'all, bro. I don't know who is running this shit over there. I don't get into the business side of shit. I just don't. I don't have the patience for it, and this is a testament as to why I don't have the patience for it. Because it's like y'all don't give a fuck about the product that y'all put out. Y'all don't care. Y'all don't care about the fucking. It's no quality control over there. It's no quality control. There's no way you can sit here and sell me that nobody cares to see Andre versus Charlo. Nobody cares to see that, but we want to see Robert Helenius versus Deontay Wilder, which is a good fight, but it ain't no pay-per-view worthy fight. I know for damn sure ain't nobody want to see no motherfucking Keith Thurman come back and fight a Mario Barrios who had never fought at 147 pounds. I know that for a fact. I know for a fact nobody wanted to see David Lemieux versus David Benavidez Jr. I know that for a fact. I know that. I'm active enough on these spaces to know that nobody cared. Everybody knew what the outcome was going to be. Everybody. I was hearing about Plant versus fucking Darrell. What happened to those talks? It's no traction over there, man. It's just like y'all think y'all like, yo, I know this is gonna work. This shit hot right here. Niggas is gonna flock to this. This that new heat in the street right here. And that shit be mid. There's no better time to get Andre and Charlo in the ring together. Andre is a promotional free agent. Get that man a one-off. And if he beats Charlo, I bet, bring his ass back. Bring his ass back. Like, I need to know what the, he was saying it was a healthy amount or whatever the case may be the first time they offered him that deal or that fight, man. But, like, by the looks of it, y'all can't promise these fighters no guarantee, no proper guarantees. Y'all talk all that greasy shit about people holding up fights, and then it's like the reason nobody wants to be underpaid. I can understand maybe, a $1.5 million pay cut or whatever the case may be. But when you're talking about millions, because these dudes is not box office like that. They're not pulling in tens of millions of dollars per fight. That's just not what they're doing. That's not what they're doing. They don't generate enough buzz around their name to warrant that type of equity that's going into them. No, that's not who they are. That's not who they are. There's very few fighters who get money like that in boxing. Y'all want to talk about they stopping all these fights from so-and-so stopping all these fights from happening. It's just like, I don't think that's not the case. We just want to be paid. We want to be compensated properly. We want to be compensated. Why am I wrong for that? Why am I wrong for I want to get equal to or just about the same amount as what I was getting with Eddie Hearn? I want to get equal to or just about what I was getting with Bob Arum. Why is that such a bad? Why am I wrong for that? Why am I wrong for that? Y'all will have these niggas run interference for y'all talking about they holding up fights when in all actuality, your boss don't want to pay nobody. Charlo and Andrade is a big fight. That's a fight that you could justify putting on pay-per-view, even though I still don't think it's going to do shit. But if there's ever a fight to put over there on pay-per-view by PBC standards, that would be the one. Easily. So what was the price that y'all put on that fight? You know what I'm saying? Like, what did y'all put up? Was what y'all throw them? $2 million to fight Charlo? Like, you know how many motherfuckers would tune into that if it was on a Fox or a Showtime? Motherfuckers is gonna tune into that. The hardcores, it's not gonna pull in no wild, no casuals, but the hardcores, oh yeah, they coming to watch that. And y'all, at this point, y'all need y'all need whatever y'all can get. That's what it is that y'all need to be going for. And that's a fight that can be got, but y'all just refuse to get it because y'all, I don't know. Y'all don't want to compensate people properly. Motherfuckers are just supposed to go in the ring and get their brains beat in on, for what it is, for way less than what it is that they would normally make. While y'all continue to run interference and run game on simple-minded motherfuckers and tell them, oh, well, that fight is past his interest. Nobody has an interest in that. I don't know who that somebody is that you talking to, but they telling you a lie. Whoever is over there making the executive decisions, get him or her the fuck up out of here. Get them the fuck out of here, because that is remedial. For them to run game like that on a motherfucker and think like a nigga ain't supposed to know no better. Man, listen. After this year, I don't want to hear shit else about the PPC. Get them niggas the fuck out of here. Facts.